Hi, I'm Mike, and this is an intro. Alright, what we got here are going to be a second video of 3 really underrated cards from the new set of, let's see, Dragons of Tarkir. Yeah, I think I said that right. Yeah, these are not going to be like the really big name cards. They're actually going to be like uncommons and commons. I guess I'm making a series of these. Who'd have thought? It's basically going to be card reviews, but it's going to be shorter, quicker, 3 cards, and it's the kind of things you're not normally going to see in an EDH deck because they're not rare. They're not huge. They're not going to end the game. They're not combo bait. Actually, yeah, they are combo bait. I'm sorry, I can't even look at cards if they're not combo bait in some way. It's a bad habit on my part. But, yeah, these are cards that are actually pretty good for EDH. Now, they're not perfect. They're not like, you know, some of the big name cards like any of the Eldrazi Titans that you can legally play, or, you know, any of the swords from Mirrodin, which were all amazing. They're not that broken. But at the same time, these are things that you could actually afford. You could probably even play them all, well, 2 of the 3 I'm going to show you today you can play in Tiny Leaders, which I'm not nearly as versed in, beyond the simple rules of how to create the deck, you know, 3 or less mana cost. And they're all, you know, decent cards for what they're worth. Money and mana. So to start with, Hardened Berserker. Now he's a 3-drop, 3/2. On his own, he's not that impressive, but whenever he attacks, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less to cast. Now, that's not great, because it's only 1, but at the same time, if you have anything like, you know, any kind of card that lets you attack more often, or you have an enchantment out that lets you attack more often, or anything that gives you extra attack phases, this guy can churn up a really nice reduction. And if nothing else, this is a red card that makes it easier to play other red things, and anything with the, what's it called? I can't remember the trigger, but it was the things that had, I think it was Blood Rush? No. The trigger that, from the first set of Tarkir, that said whenever you attack this turn, it does additional things. This plays into that really well. And if nothing else, this is red speeding itself up. And a fast red deck is always good. And in EDH, that 1 extra mana might be what you need for your general. I mean, think about it. If you have someone who's maybe a 4-drop and your mana is screwed at 3, this guy solves your problem right then and there. And that alone could be more than worthwhile. Especially if late game you have this guy just keep attacking, you could do some really crazy stuff. And don't get me started on some of the buyback cards. This guy solves so many problems. Now, he's not perfect because he only has the 1, he has to attack, and he's only a 3/2 without any protection. That said, he's a 3-drop who could speed up your game. And he doesn't have to survive. He just has to do it right away. So if you have Flash, he just has to attack. That said, there's also a lot of other little cards, things that say he can attack and you remove them from combat. Reconnaissance, old card, 1-drop white. It's stupid. But yeah, this guy can, you know, he gives you options. Now, he's not perfect, but he's also worthwhile. The second card is more situational, because it's Scion of Ugin. He's a 6-drop, 4/4 flyer. As a card in his own right, I honestly believe he is absolutely useless. I would not play him in any deck. I won't put him in Kalia. He has really no advantage to playing him, except for 1 deck type. In Scion of the Ur-Dragon, you can have Scion become him, and if someone drops in and all is dust, he avoids it. This is the only way I would play the card, and honestly, for that, it's worthwhile. That's the only reason. The colorless nature of the creature is what makes him worthwhile. But even then, there's other options. But if you're on a budget, this is a good replacement. And Echoes of the Kin Tree. It's basically Bolster on command for a 2-drop enchantment. It costs 3 to do it. It's not perfect, but especially if you're going a 1-creature deck, if you're not doing a lot of creatures, these bolsters will quickly add up. Any mana you don't spend will quickly make 1 card really scary. Honestly, this and Isamaru on its own, and nothing but lands, I would honestly not recommend the deck, but that would make a very scary deck because Isamaru could quickly kill someone in 1 shot. And it's on command, so as long as you know who's going to hit, or if you have the 1 creature, it's really scary what you can do. I just like that it's a buff on command that sticks around. That alone makes it worthwhile. Now, there's better buff effects, there's more scary ones for sure. But this one's also really cheap and it'll fit in Tiny Leaders, so that makes it really worthwhile. So that's the 3 cards. Hope you enjoyed them. I'm Mike. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, submit cards you want me to look at. I'm always interested in what you guys want me to see. Later.